Hello, I am back in my beautiful bedroom and finally on time for another vlog. I am on time, right? It's Sunday, right? Damn you, jet lag! Damn you! Right, so when I was back in Switzerland, like I mentioned in a previous vlog, if you don't watch them, you should watch them right now. Watch them right now. But if you haven't watched them, I was in Switzerland for a couple of weeks and I've been staying in my grandmother's house. Now, when I thought of my grandmother, I thought of her grandmother, which was evil, and I compared it to her because she is really, really nice. So I thought, hang on, what other grandmothers could there possibly be? So I thought about it, and I'm gonna relay them to you right now. So here are the 6 grandmothers you probably have, and if you don't, comment below and just a brief description and whatever you want to write down in the comments because I always fancy a little criticism or support. Onto the list. Number 1, the disabled. This is your grandmother who can't really walk anymore. She lays in bed most of the time and you have to do everything for her. Now you have to clean the house, you have to cook the food, you have to supply her with entertainment like a book or some cloth so she can knit in bed, or if she can't even knit, you might have to knit for her. And you also have to give her the newspapers, something to read, give her glasses. You have to do everything for her. So sometimes it's a pain to work for her, sometimes you enjoy it, and at some point you actually want to kind of shoot her because she's suffering. She even probably might say she's suffering. Actually, that's what happened to another one of my people, but I won't go into that yet. I'm just gonna say it actually is quite a sorry thing to see a grandmother just laying in bed doing nothing. And if you've got this kind of grandmother, I would just suggest, actually, I'm not gonna say a thing because I'm gonna say the wrong thing anyway. I'm just gonna say I feel sorry if you've got such a grandmother, but be happy. There's a lot of other things you can look forward to. Right, let's just go on to the next one. Number 2, the evil one. This is the grandmother who is basically like a general. She will always be on your guard and be looking out for whatever you do. If you do something wrong, if you even decide to take a little bit of a cookie or play out in the snow, she'll come at you, she'll bring you back, and she'll rid of all the fun that you've been having, and that you'll lead a very sad life and wish that you were instead back home, lying comfortably in your bed with all your friends waiting outside for you to play. There is such grandmothers. Not all grandmothers are sweet little women who bake cookies and give them to you and then you feel very happy. There are some grandmothers who will take out the whip and cane you. Somehow, the whip turned into a cane. Um, but it does happen that some grandmothers are evil, and if you do have such a grandmother, I feel sorry for you. Number 3, the generous one. And this is the grandmother who is good, but not in a good way. I basically mean she is too kind and she gives you way too much every single time you visit her. She might give you a lot of food, she might give you a lot of candy, she might give you a lot of hugs, and she loves you very much, but at the same time, you don't want to be around her all that time because she's starting to get on your nerves, and if other people see you, you might start to get embarrassed to have such a grandmother. And, you know, even though you like all of those mountains and mountains and mountains of cookies, there is that point where you think, hmm, maybe I should not eat all of that cookies, and maybe I should tell my grandmother to stop feeding me And she will say, "No, I must feed you because you won't only be here for 2 weeks, and I need you to be fat and plump so that you can survive until the next time I see you, so that I can feed you again and again and again." I'm not referring to my grandmother, by the way. She's a perfectly fine woman. Um, but there are such grandmothers, I believe. I don't know. I think these only exist in movies, hopefully. Because if they did exist in real life, I could actually use something I already said before. They become so nice that it actually becomes scary. Sudden good lighting. The fourth kind of grandma, and this is the Alzheimer grandma. This is the one who forgets every single time you say something to her. She would forget her name, she will forget her birthday, she'll forget her family member, and it is not to be confused with the disabled one. She's perfectly fine and happy, she just forgets. Actually, I'm not exactly sure what Alzheimer does, but I heard that it makes you forget who you are, your memory. It just makes you forget all of the things that you know. And I'm gonna say this. My dad actually once said that Alzheimer people must be really happy all the time because they keep on forgetting all of the bad things they've done. It's like they take, I don't know, they take a really salty salt and give it to someone with sugar. The person eats it and then he said, "Oh my gosh, this is not sugar, this is salt." And the grandmother, "Oopsie," and then 3 minutes later she forgot all about it, and then the guy comes back and says, "Why did you give me salt? Did I give you salt?" "Oopsie," and then she forgot 3 minutes later. I don't know how Alzheimer works, but it actually would be pretty funny if it worked like that. I mean, not funny for the family members, but funny for the rest of us, and maybe the grandmother. Number 5, the sporty one. And this is the one who will not let go of her youth. She will hang it on to it and she will do whatever she has to do in order to keep it. She will run the treadmill, she will bicycle the bike, she will walk the walk, and she will do whatever she needs to do in order to be the strongest person on the block, in order to outrank all of her elderly neighbors who can't even get out of bed in the morning. And she will not give up to any disease, even if she has one. In a way, those are the good grandmas because they will always play with you, even if your dad is constantly on a business trip. And finally, number 6. This is the perfect grandmother. This is the one who you enjoy being with all the time because she's just the perfect amount of generous, just the perfect amount of not generous, just the perfect amount of sporty. She's well fit, well behaved. She always enjoys being with you, but she will never go to such an extent as to spoil you. She will have some restraint on you, but not enough to make you hate her. And you could not imagine how she could have been a strict mother when she was younger. Although, now that I think about it, could be. Nah, I'm just kidding. Um, but yeah, these are the grandmothers that you could possibly have. I mean, I personally think I have the last one. If you don't have one of those and you have one that I haven't mentioned, again, you can put it down in the comment section below. Otherwise, you could always have fun with the like button because having fun with the like button is something that you should always do every day. Or if you don't feel like it, click that dislike button. I always enjoy having something down below because I need to look at something, and if I don't see anything, I feel sad. But otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, click the like. If you didn't enjoy this video, click the dislike. If you might want to see more, always click that bright red subscribe button with the arrow on it to subscribe. Otherwise, have you got anything to add? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm Lucas. This was another vlog. Goodbye. Say goodbye, teddy bear.
Goodbye.